Okay, this is my 6th day of running TweetSpice, and to date at the moment I've got 671 friends, 311 followers. I've made 12 tweets and my friends to follower ratio is 2.16 to 1. Now these followers, 311, are people who followed me because I followed them. So these friends are the people I followed, followers are the people that are following me back. Now on the following tab, this top bit, send auto follows now, I don't use, and I also don't use this bit, follow back users who are following me, because I want to end up with an account that has more followers than friends. In other words, more people following me than I'm actually following myself, because I think it makes the account look better if you've actually got people following you who you're not following, and they must be following you for a reason. So the first bit that I use is this one here, follow users, and you can type in a number here. I type in anywhere up to 200 and then followers of user, and then put in the username of someone who's an authority in your niche, and what happens is the software will then go away and follow. Let's say if we put 196 there, in fact let's put a little bit less, 191, followers of some authority figure. If I put 191 in there, click on the follow button, as soon as I type that in, the follow button becomes active, then TweetSpice will go away and it will follow 191 people. Well, in fact it will follow a maximum depending on what you've got down here in the following settings, which is why I changed it from 196 to 191, because I've actually got a maximum follows per day of 192. If I put 196 in there, then TweetSpice would finish once it had got 192, and then down below that you've got time delay between follows, where you can specify a delay between 10 and 20 seconds or whatever you want. I mean 10 and 30 seconds, 10 and 50 seconds, whatever, just to make your follows look a little bit more natural. You can also select this box and this will then stop following once you reach a certain ratio. Now my ratio is higher than that, 2.16 to 1, but if you set this, then it will stop following once you get so many more followers than are following you back. So that's worth using as well. Now the following screen and the unfollowing screen are linked to this automation tab. So if we click on there, you can see these are the automation settings, and the first one, send random welcome direct message to new followers. You can actually specify a bunch of tweets here that basically say thank you for following me, why not come and see my website, or follow me on, come and check out my Facebook page or whatever. I don't use that because I think it looks a little bit spammy, and people know that they're automatic, so I don't really see the point. Enable target following. Well, with this one you can configure it here, and you can type in keywords that you want to search for, and TweetSpice will then go and find people who are using those keywords and then follow them. And we're on the automation. Enable schedule following. This is something that you can set where you're going to follow so many people on certain days of the week, and if I say follow followers of user, I can type in the username of an authority figure again. I can say follow between these times, and I can put dates, numbers here. So on Monday I might only follow 78, Tuesday 79. So you've got different numbers of people who are going to follow each day. So that's what that's for. Automatically unfollow users who unfollowed me. Yes, I always do that. So if I follow somebody, they follow me back, and then they unfollow me in a few weeks, then this software will automatically unfollow them according to my settings, which I'll show you in a moment. Automatically unfollow friends who are not following me back. Yes, if I follow someone and they don't follow me back after a certain time, then yes, I want to unfollow them. Post RSS feeds items as a tweet. This is interesting because if you have a website and you want to post your posts basically as tweets, then you can configure your RSS feeds there, or you can find another website and add those RSS feeds so that TweetSpice will automatically tweet those for you. Enable find and reply. This is a feature where you can type in words where if somebody uses that word within one of their tweets, then this reply text will automatically be tweeted out to them. So if you're selling vacuum cleaners, you might have the word Dyson vacuum or something, and then in this reply text, if somebody uses the word Dyson vacuum, you can say something about, did you know there's a new Dyson vacuum out, blah blah blah, come and see it at my website, that sort of thing. I don't use that. Let's go back to this page. Post-scheduled tweets updates. This is where you just schedule your tweets so that you can put a long list of tweets, put the date that you want them to be sent, and TweetSpice will then send them at the appropriate time. Automatically get mentions. That's when the software starts. Do you want to get anybody who's DM'd you or mentioned you or sent a tweet to you? And you can see actually the direct messages up here, mentions and DMs. For this account, you can see these people are the ones who've replied to me. And in fact, you can use this to reply to somebody. If you double click an entry, it brings up a little box here where you can actually fill in a tweet. It's already got their username put in there so that they will get the message back from you, and you can just type in the tweet there, click the reply, and then that's sent to your Twitter account. So that's quite useful. Automatically refresh short URL statistics. That you can get some statistics on those URLs. So let's go back up here. We've looked at the following. Let's look at the unfollowing, and you've got the option to unfollow people. You can actually pick the users that you want to unfollow from a list here. They're alphabetical. I don't use that. Next bit is unfollow users who aren't following me. Specify to unfollow these people. But what I do is I have this item here checked: followed at least, and then put 1 week ago. So although I'm saying unfollow people who don't follow me back, I'm saying leave it a week. I follow somebody, leave it a week. After a week, if they're still not following me, then unfollow them. And we've got this here as well: stop unfollowing when friends to followers ratio reaches, I've got 1.5 to 1. I'm not bothered about that. I'll just unfollow people, however many I specify in the day. Only unfollow users who were followed using TweetSpice. This is good because if you have an established Twitter account and you start using TweetSpice and you followed people that you want to keep in your Twitter list, then you don't want those people unfollowed. So it just says here that it will only unfollow people that you followed within TweetSpice, and then you've got the maximum number of unfollows per day. You've also got a safe list. If you've got a list of people that you want to follow and you want to put their usernames down in the safe list here, then TweetSpice won't unfollow them. And again, you've got a time delay for time between unfollows. So that's the main way I use it: following and unfollowing. We've also got here tweets, and this screen allows you just to enter tweets. You can post them, schedule them if you want to. This is sort of a one-off tweet. You just type it in, click post, and it will then post it at that particular time. If you want to schedule a number of tweets, then you would come down to the scheduler. So to schedule a bunch of tweets, you just click on the plus button here, and a little screen will pop up where you can type in your tweet, and then you can click on the little plus again. There's a little screen here. You type in the tweet, click OK, type it again, and it creates a list of your tweets here. I'm going to just delete those before they get sent. And you've got an options down here where you can say to post the tweets in order and then remove them from the list, or post tweets random order and remove them from the list. And you've got here post tweets every, and then you can specify here post tweets every 60 to 120 minutes. You can change those only between certain times of the day and no more than a certain number per day. So you've got a lot of flexibility there. Direct messages is where you can define how you want TweetSpice to handle your incoming direct messages, and you can specify to delete them all but not delete the last 15, so you can keep tabs on who's talking to you. And then down here you can specify direct messages to send to people. You can select the user you want to send them to, type in the direct message and send it. You've also got this direct message campaign where you can send direct messages to people randomly who are following you. Again, I don't use this sort of thing because I think it looks spammy. We've already looked at the scheduled. Target following, this is where we did look very briefly when in the following section. This is where you can list the keywords where you want to follow people who are mentioning these keywords. I find actually that if you follow the users of an authoritative user, you actually get better return on the people who are going to follow you. And the find and reply screen, this is where you can type in keywords here, and if somebody types in that keyword in a tweet, then you'll automatically reply from your account using that reply text. And finally, the last thing, which is just down at the very bottom, is the task queue. Anything that you define that you want to run, like if you specify that you want to follow so many users of a particular follower, you click the follow button, that is added to the task queue. And you can see this task queue here is get mentions. That's just runs every time the program starts because I've got it set here, automatic get mentions. And if I have following going on and unfollowing going on, then those would be listed down in the task queue as well. And if you decide at some point you want to delete one of the tasks in the task queue before it runs, you can just click it and then click on the cancel task. Now, just a final word before I finish. There are a couple of things that I wish that this software had. One of them, and this comes from TweetAttacks, which TweetAttacks did very well, is not to follow people who have the default egg avatar on my Twitter account. These people tend to be bots. If they haven't been bothered to change their avatar, chances are they're not a real person. So it would be nice to be able to follow people but not follow people with the egg avatar. The other one I would like is if it could just follow people using a specific language. So I could say I only want to follow people who speak English, because there are here, you see, non-English replies, and those followers are pretty useless because they're not going to understand me, I'm not going to understand them. So those would be two nice additions. And one final thing before we go, up here you've got a report which tells you the number of people who are following you, or number of follows you made, the details, basically statistics of your following of your account. So you can see here on the 25th of July there was no activity. On the 26th of July I followed 93 people, and by the end of the 26th I had 11 people following me. 27 I followed 99, and by the end of it I had 33 following me. On the 28th I followed 97, and I unfollowed 86. I didn't mean to do that. The software sort of took control without me realizing, and by the time I realized it, it was too late. The new followers, 31. On the 29th, you see 51 new followers, 155 people I followed, and so on. So that's a nice bit of statistics there. So that's a very quick review of TweetSpice. You can see that in about the 6 days I've been running it, I've managed to build 311 followers. I'm sure I could build more if I was a bit more aggressive, but I try to do things a little bit slowly because Twitter is on the lookout for automation and they don't like it, don't appreciate it. And TweetSpice does a really good job. You can, I mean, there's things I haven't covered, like down here you've got API requests, so that when you are using TweetSpice it's actually using the Twitter API, which should make it safer, but then Twitter have a better way of keeping tabs on you because you're actually using their own code to get your followers. So it keeps a record of your API requests that you've made, and also you can use proxies if you want to. So anyway, that's TweetSpice. I think it's pretty good. It's not as good as TweetAttacks, but TweetAttacks isn't available anymore, so this would be my #1 choice now.